Schools will reopen in 2 weeks, but student access to physical classrooms will be staggered. So starting from 2nd of June, Term 3 will start for primary and secondary school students, but not all of them will head straight back to physical premises. Only graduating cohorts in primary 6, secondary 4 and 5 will make a full return. Others will undertake weekly rotations of home-based learning and classroom time. Junior colleges and Millennia Institute will manage how they will have 50% of students back in school. Institutes of higher learning will largely continue with remote classes, but return to school for practical and lab sessions. MOE kindergartens will also return fully from the 2nd of June, as well as K1 and K2 students in preschools. Nursery 1 and 2 students will return from the 8th of June, while infant care and playgroup will resume on the 10th of June. Gwyneth Teo joins us now. So, Gwyneth, can you tell us, what's the rationale then for staggering students who return to school, and why certain groups get to go back first?
I think by and large, the entire thinking of reopening schools and sending students back to schools is to help parents, because when they return to the workplace, they will also, some groups will need particular help with childcare, especially students who need more support. So, for example, we have special needs education students. Preschools will also completely resume classes again by 8th of June, and you have the graduating cohorts of primary 6, Sec 4 and Sec 5 students. Now, these are the ones who will be sitting for their national examination this year, so they need more learning support in classrooms preferably. And for everybody else, they will be doing the weekly rotation. Now, Mr. Ong Ye Kung, who's the education minister, he actually said that this is also designed to help parents, because a lot of companies have put in place work from home measures on a weekly rotating basis. So by having a weekly rotation as opposed to, say, a daily rotating basis, it will help parents manage that kind of, when do I bring the child to school, even like coordinating with bus uncles, that sort of thing. But overall, these measures are meant to space schools out, ensure that they aren't crowded, so that teachers and staff can implement better safe distancing measures such as exam-style row seatings, ensuring safe distancing in canteens, and then they can also put in other measures such as temperature screening and sanitizing. Now, in particular, preschools are a vulnerable group, and there's more attention being paid here as well. All preschools receive donated hand sanitizers as well as shields, as well as have access to a subsidy to take on a database to manage temperature taking for all staff and students. And right now, we also know that all preschool teachers are currently undergoing swabbing. That's 30,000 teachers. And that's to identify any cases of COVID-19 in that community before preschools open in June. While the task force does expect some cases to show up in this mass swabbing, the Social and Family Development Minister Desmond Lee said that none so far have tested positive out of more than 6,000 teachers who have already been swabbed. So that's good news.
Will learning be disrupted or affected, Gwyneth?
Well, if I were you, honestly, if I was a student, I would feel that, life is going to be very disrupted for the next few weeks for sure. But one key impact will be on the mid-year national examinations. That's where candidates will be required to wear a mask. We're looking at the O and A-level mother tongue examinations, for example. And also those who are on quarantine, stay-home notice or leave of absence will be barred from taking this mid-year sitting. They will have to wait for the year-end sitting if one is available. Otherwise, if one is not available, the examinations board will actually derive a subject grade for these students. So that's where some students may be affected. Fingers crossed, hopefully not. The other aspect that will be affected is actually the physical aspect, because for one, the NAPFA test is being cancelled because it's expected that students are not able to train for that. And also the national school games will be cancelled for this year. There's not enough time for the season, so school athletes may be a little disappointed. But overall, Education Minister Ong Ye Kung actually said that he was confident that learning by and large has not been disrupted. And he said that that's because we managed to keep students in school until as late as early April. And he was taking reference from some studies from other countries that closed schools much earlier.
I think there's a lot of awareness, a lot of literature talking about the detrimental effect of students and children as a result of this closure in schools, and some go to the extent of saying it may even set them back for many years. Fortunately for us, we ensure that learning continue through home-based learning. And throughout this whole period, we managed to ensure that schools are safe and students are kept away from the virus.
All right, many thanks there. Reporter Gwyneth Teo speaking to us.